Well, folks, here today I went on a buying spree of 5 stocks in particular that we're going to get into in today's video. Now, to be fair, I've been on a buying spree for stocks in the last 30 trading days like I've never been on before in terms of the amount of money, the amount of aggression I am putting in the market right now, and the amount of bullishness I have on particular stocks over the next several years is astronomically high. I would call it that right now. Okay, there's many of these stocks that I'm investing in that I don't just think have good ROI potential, but have ridiculous ROI potential over the next several years. I'm talking 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x, 10x type potential, okay? And in today's video, I'm going to share not only my belief in these stocks, but I'm going to share actually 3-year out price targets for these stocks and where I think these stock prices are going over the coming years so you can understand why I'm putting so much dang money into these stocks. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy this. As always, don't forget to be subscribed to this YouTube channel if you're not. This is Financial Education 3. Also, if you're looking to apply for my private stock group, the private Discord chat, you want to get in there and everything, check out pinned comment down there. Alrighty, guys. So first off here, I just want to start off by showing you guys something very, very interesting I was just looking at. So the Russell here today hit 2133. Well, if you notice, the Russell has bottomed right around there several times in the past, let's call it 9 to 12 months, right? We've seen it bottom there, bottom there, bottom there, okay? Several times we've seen the market bottom right around there. And once again, 2133 was where we are at here today. So it's very, very interesting. The market closed, obviously, quite a bit above that at 2179. The market came back really strong throughout the trading day. But it's just very interesting to find that the market bottomed right around basically where we've bottomed several times in the market over the past year or so in the Russell, all right? So let's get into those 5 stocks I bought here today, and let me know if you can guess these 5. Alrighty, so first one I bought here today, I'm shocked. This one's under 7. You know, I always thought there was a possibility if the market got really bad, the honest company, HNST, could go basically into the 7s, right? And it happened. It went into the 7s, but I'm actually surprised it hit a 6. I'm absolutely amazed because this is one of the, I feel like it's truly investing in the stock in the 6 and 7 range. I feel like it's one of the safest investments in the market, and especially in small caps. Now, this one also has huge ROI potential over the coming years, but literally I look at this one as obviously everything in the market comes with risk, right? You're never going to have any investment that's no risk, but this is one of the least risky stocks I can possibly find in the market over the coming years, okay? So first off here, in terms of my bullishness on this company, I think it's a $20 plus stock easily in 3 years, which is where it went public at essentially. And this is just one of those sorts of business models. They're just growing. They're taking market share, diapers, wipes, anything like that, sanitization products. They're getting more into cleaning products and whatnot. Target's a huge customer of theirs. I implore anybody that's interested in Honest Company, go do a walk around the Target store. And what you're going to find is Target products all over the place. I watch the sell through of these products and it looks pretty darn amazing, okay? I walk these stores all the time and I'm like, oh, now there's an out there. Oh, there's 3 products out there now. Soap, shampoos. And there's a company that just has crazy upside over the coming years and the valuation's pushed down to, it's a $600-something million market cap now. It's literally laughable. Balance sheet's in a great place. Income statement's in a great place. They're going to get to big profitability over the coming years. And yeah, just no question in my mind, this is a $20+ stock in 3 years, regardless of what the Fed does or doesn't do, any of this blah, blah, blah nonsense in the short term, regardless of anything of that. This is a $20+ stock in 3 years. It's a $30 stock if they really, really execute on a high level and they land Walmart as a major customer. If they could get Walmart to have the same type of the same type of footprint they have in Target right now, if they could get that in Walmart, this is a $30+ stock in my opinion, and as they expand more and more on Amazon as well, I think the upside for the stock's insane. Once again, they're just continuing to take market share in any product category they compete in. I think they have the branding, and I think they resonate with the millennial generation, which is the generation that's obviously all starting to have kids finally in a major way. This is a generation, this company, represents them so much more than like a P&G, Procter & Gamble does. P&G, they really nailed it out of the ballpark when it came to the baby boomer generation, folks like my mom, right? And really resonating their brands with that generation. The millennial generation, very different, and the Honest Company has really done the best job, in my opinion, of resonating with them, right? And so, yeah, $30 if they really knock it out of the ballpark. $40 is in my ultra bullish scenario for the stock in 3 years, and that's if they execute on all cylinders and they really start to get viewed as a safer type company, okay? So, Honest Company, yeah, you can see why I'm obviously buying that one heavily right now, right? Next one up here, Tattooed Chef, TTCF. Under 14, okay. If we want to go there, we're going to go there. And this is one of those stocks that, like many stocks in the stock market, it's just like it reaches a new 52-week low, and it's just like, wow. Where's the bottom for the stock? At this point, I don't even know who really is selling Tattooed Chef on a day like today. Like, literally, I don't know. Like, is it the algorithms? Like, it's not retail investors. Like, there's not like there's any bad news all of a sudden came out and it's like, oh no, the world's falling for Tattooed Chef. There's just none of that. I walk Target stores all the time. The sell-through is ridiculous for Tattooed Chef. I've, we post basically in the private stock group. I have a Discord chat, and we have a category in there where we post photos of basically walk-arounds of stores, right? Food stores, Target stores, and things like that. And what is just happening right now is Tattooed Chef is starting to get more entries into Target stores now. And they're like some of these stores, they literally have 2 full doors. Think about this. 2 years ago, Tattooed Chef was non-existent in Target. Now Target wants to give them 2 full freezer doors? Like, that's just ridiculous. That you only get that type of action as a company like Tattooed Chef if you have ridiculous sell-through. If you're moving product like it's nobody's business, and Tattooed Chef moves product like the nobody's business. We heard last year in 2021 that Tattooed Chef had the best frozen food launch in the history of Target stores, right? Like that's just extraordinary. And with this company getting in the snack category, like why should I believe like they're not going to knock it out of the ballpark when they get into the snack category? Because everything Tattooed Chef has proven to me over the past year or two has been they just knock it out of the ballpark. Like, they can do anything. Like, they want to get in the snack category, they're going to do it successfully. They've launched so many different frozen items that are so highly successful. They've gotten into every retailer ahead of schedule. They've done everything. And, so there's no reason for me to disbelieve that. If I disbelieve that, then I'm basically going against everything the company's proven to me over time, right? And so this stock is just like, give me the dang money. This is a $100 plus stock, in my opinion, in the year 2030. I think there's going to be incredible runs for the stock, and I think there's going to be incredible downs for the stock, and we're going through one of those downs right now, right, where the stock price just gets devastated. But when this stock goes on some runs, it's going to, I don't know how many folks have been invested before into a high-growth food company. I was in Monster, and I got to partake in some crazy runs in Monster stock. And Monster stock, didn't have remotely close to the type of revenue opportunity and growth opportunity Tattooed Chef did, right? In terms of the growth rates when I was in Monster, this is like, when they were growing like 10%, 15% type revenue, sometimes like 20%. Tattooed Chef's going to grow 30% plus, in my opinion, in 22 without question, okay? And so much early, I'm in Tattooed Chef much earlier days than when I was in Monster. Monster was much more of a developed company back then, okay? But there's going to be some incredible runs this company goes on where it's like, the stock price doubles up, triples up in a pretty quick amount of time, and there's going to be some vicious downs. That's the way this type of game goes when you're in a massive growth stock. This is bottom line. You're going to go through some great days and some awful days, and that's just the way it goes, okay? This company is on the way to becoming a food giant over the future years. Once again, everything I've seen from them execution-wise lines up for them becoming a food giant over the coming years. Everything they have done in this business model is lining up for this to become a food giant over the coming years. And so, once again, if I'm going to not bet on this company, I'm going against everything they've proven to me over time. So that's why I am obviously buying the Chef still very, very heavily. All right. Next stock up here, the third stock of this bunch is Voyager Digital. Voyager Digital, crypto brokerage company, right? They just launched a debit card product here very recently, and this stock's just been hammered. So I went ahead and bought 1,000 shares here today at $9.84 when it comes to Voyager Digital. So here's my views on Voyager Digital, a crypto brokerage, which, by the way, they have ambitions to get in a lot more than crypto brokerage. They want to become a stock brokerage over time, or basically they've stated this publicly. CEO of the company said he wants to, potentially become a stock brokerage over time, have credit card products, debit card products, have ways where you can swap a crypto for stock without going through USD, like many various things. And they've the progress this company's made over the last 2 years as a fintech company is wild. I mean, this this was nobody, nothing company 2 years ago, even 18 months ago. And to see the progress, the assets under management they have now, the amount of money this company has, the amount of customers they have, the amount of money the customers have invested, there's nothing short of extraordinary, okay? Now, in my opinion, this stock comes with its risk. There's a possibility this could still be a $10 stock in 3 years from now, okay? If we go through a vicious multi-year crypto bear market, then I think this is still a $10 stock basically in 3 years from now, and I will have made no money in the stock. The only reason I have it as 10 and not lower than that is essentially I think they're going to continue to take market share from other companies out there over the coming years, okay? And so, yeah, it's possible I make no money in this over the next several years. I think it's also possible it's a $25 stock in 3 years from now, assuming we're in a blah crypto market. What does a blah crypto market mean? That means a market that doesn't go a heck of a lot of anywhere. Bitcoin's still at 40-something thousand 3 years from now. There's ups, there's downs, but it's just a blah market. There's like some little bull cycles, then bear cycles, and we won't really go much of anywhere. And if you look at the market caps of Ethereum, Bitcoin, and things like that in 3 years, if they're still around the same that they are today, I think this is like a $25 stock. Once again, they're going to take market share, in my opinion. They're going to get more respect over the coming years. They get no respect from Wall Street right now. And I mean none. None. The Wall Street does not care about this stock right now. Over the coming years, I think it's going to be impossible to ignore them as a big fintech player, and they'll have to get that respect. So I have that as a $25 price target. However, if we go through another booming crypto market, which I'm not predicting a booming crypto market, however, there's a lot of people that believe Bitcoin is going to be 100,000 or 250,000 or 500,000 3 years from now. If we were to go through a legit booming crypto market again over the next 3 years, it's a $100 plus stock. And the reason being is, this would become such a famous company, right? You just couldn't deny it. On top of that, they basically make money kind of being the middleman. The amount of money they would make with crypto assets going up in price would be immense. Obviously, assets under management would go up exponentially, not just because they attracted more customers, but because those customers' money's worth more, which means basically Voyager is going to be much more profitable and much more relevant as a overall fintech company. Plus, they're going to get into a lot more products over time and things like that. So, and the more money they make, right, from a booming, let's say, crypto market, the more they can hire employees and more they can build out the company faster. So that's a crazy thing about Voyager is the possibility of a $100+ stock in 3 years. But you would have to have, in my opinion, once again, you would have to have a booming crypto market to see that sort of price. Now, there's a wild card with Voyager Digital. This is a big wild card. The wild card with Voyager Digital is if there was a buyout situation. So if a major stock brokerage wanted to buy out Voyager, or if even another crypto company wanted to buy them out, let's say a Coinbase, somebody like that, right? Look at the money that Robinhood has on their balance sheet right now. And Robinhood has been in a pretty tough place recently. Look at Robinhood's stock price. There's not a lot of excitement in the stock market right now. Actually, there's a complete opposite of excitement. There's fear. There's desperation in the stock market right now. And the way I look at this is Robinhood has all that money. Who's to say they wouldn't want to buy out somebody like a Voyager Digital? Then you have not only the Robinhood story, right, but then you have Voyager Digital, which is a massive growth beast in the crypto market, which look at Voyager's numbers they put up over the last 1 to 2 years. It's nothing short of extraordinary. Plus, they obviously have VGX token. Plus, they have a company they bought out recently called Coinify, which essentially wants to be quite frank, kind of become like the Visa of crypto, where you could go buy stuff at a business and use crypto to buy it, which I think is, if you really think about it, that's a bigger long-term potential than even Voyager, the crypto brokerage, or even if they become a stock brokerage and things like that. Like, think about that for a moment, right? And so that's a wild card here. Who's to say a big bank wouldn't buy out somebody like a Voyager Digital? We know they want to get more into crypto, right? Who's to say a JP Morgan wouldn't pull the move on this, or Bank of America, or Wells Fargo, or whoever, right? Or Goldman Sachs. This is not out of the realm of possibility to imagine, right? So, that's definitely a possibility. I want to thank our sponsor for the day, the Hungry Bowl app. Have you downloaded the Hungry Bowl yet? That is my app, along with Graham Steph and Erica Kohlberg and a few others, as far as keeping track of your daily stock prices. Crypto market, listen to earnings calls. We're about to go into earnings season. You can listen to earnings calls of companies right inside the app. Keep up with news in relation to the market, all that good stuff, guys. Definitely check that out. So Voyager, that one's a crazy risk reward over the coming years, okay? Next move I made in the market, the fourth move here, is Oatly, O-T-L-Y. So I bought 1,000 shares at $7.26. Then I bought another 1,444 shares at $7.22. This is one I just started buying very, very recently. And I am ultra bullish on this company. Basically, if you don't know, they make oat milk. They don't just make oat milk, but they're getting into other various products such as yogurts, such as ice creams, and many other various products. And they're just expansion beast. If you never looked into this company, look into it. That's all I'm going to say. If you don't want to buy it, that's fine, but I think it's worth looking into. The company's geniuses as far as marketing. The way they entered the U.S. market, the way they've done everything is nothing short of a genius company. Like, it's one of the smartest companies I've seen, period. I mean, it's just been ridiculous, okay? And this is a category that I think is disrupting the entire milk category. Basically, milk sales are, over the next decade are going to go like this. Meanwhile, oat milk sales are going to go like this over the next decade, and they're the biggest player in that market, and they're going to become a lot bigger. And if you listen to our latest earnings call, which once again you can listen to through the Hungry Bull app, the CEO talks about how in some of these stores they have like 7% of the shelf space, but they do like 23% of the volume, which means essentially over the coming years, like Oatly is going to get massive shelf space addition in all these retailers you see out there, where maybe they only have 1 slot or 2 slots at some of these grocery stores. That's going to be long gone in a few years from now. That's going to be like 10 slots, 15 slots, okay? And they're also getting into a lot of product categories over the coming years outside of just oat milk, okay? So crazy growth. They just opened a factory recently in China. They got another factory they just opened up very recently in Utah. Look into that as well. And a huge player in Europe. So huge in China, Europe, and United States over the coming years, all right? $20 plus stock, easy in 3 years, in my opinion. It's like they could just execute at a decent level. They don't even have to do amazing. This is a $20 plus stock. $40, in my opinion, is my bullish scenario for the stock, assuming the adoption of oat milk just takes off in even a bigger way. Remember, a lot of people aren't even on this wave yet. It's still very, very early days. Most folks have just tried out oat milk for the first time in the past year or two, and a lot of folks still haven't even tried the products, right? And that's all coming over the future years. So I would put $40 as my bullish target on this, and $55 is my ultra bullish target. That would be them continue to scale factories, continue to build out them, get them, basically in a very fast amount of time, get these factories up and running, and expand products very, very quickly, and you have mass adoption all at the same time. That would get me to like a $55 price target, okay, based upon what I think their revenue would go to and what price to sales ratio they could command at a period of time like that, and also what I think their 4P would be on the stock at that time, okay? So that's Oatly. Once again, you can see why I'm buying these stocks so dang heavily. It's just, Anyways, okay, next stock up here, the fifth stock. Oh, no, we just had another random buy. I bought 100 shares of Tattoo Chef at $13.95 there. The fifth stock of these 5 stocks that I bought here today, STC Smile Direct Club. I bought 11,111 shares. First off, that sounds like some crazy amount of money, but do keep in mind, this is $2 stock, Smile Direct Club, okay? Buying this one really heavily right now. Now, here's what I'm thinking about Smile Direct Club. I think it's very possible this could be a $0 stock in 3 years from now. So basically meaning they couldn't stop the cash burn. They could never raise money. No banks would lend them money or something like that. That's always a possibility, right? That they just literally can't turn it around. Now, Google Trends have been really encouraging for the past month or so around Smile Direct Club. So I'm fairly bullish on the turnaround of this company in 22 and beyond. The crazy thing is this is a 10x type stock in 3 years if they can do a few things. They've got to reverse the revenue trend, okay? So meaning they got to get the revenue growing double digits nicely quarter in and quarter out. They can do that along with get the cash flow story back in the right way. I think this is a $20 plus stock written all over it. And keep in mind, even at a $20 stock price, this is still would likely be maybe a $10 billion company, maybe even less than a $10 billion company, which is not even remotely close to something like an Align Technologies. That's the thing I think some folks misunderstand when it comes to Smile Direct Club. Some folks, feel like, doesn't Smile Direct Club have to beat Align? No, they don't even have to beat Align. If they can just compete respectably in the market, right? Like the growth trajectory for this company is crazy over time, and they're getting into a lot of products outside of just clear aligners. So Smile Direct Club, the ROI, I'm going to take a ROI. It's one of the most risky stocks I'm in, but it also has among the best ROI potential I could possibly find in the market. At the end of the day, I had my wife take this picture of me sitting on my hands, okay? At the end of the day, in this sort of market, when these stocks are dropping, 70, 80% off their 52-week highs, and I'm seeing these stock prices at levels that just make me say, like, this like stealing money. Like, I'm going to invest in these stocks, and I'm going to invest heavily, and I'm going to deploy money out there. I'm not going to sit on my hands, and whether the market turns tomorrow, next week, next month, I don't know. But what I do know is these stocks I'm buying, in my opinion, there's a high probability that they work out phenomenally over the coming years, and I make a ton of money on that. And when there's that sort of situation, I'm going to take advantage. And if I have to feel the pain in the short term of those stock prices going down and seeing my accounts go like this, I'll go through the pain because I know the gain is there and it's going to be ridiculous when it happens. So anyways, guys, much love as always. Hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and have a great day.